We have a very special visitor today. He's come a very, very long way. He's been on all of these ships. He is my illustrious builder of UFOs. And for the first time in the gallery, we have Michael Harley.
Bink, and here we are with the man himself, Michael Harley. We never got to do an interview.
No.
I've just heard kind of things over the years. I love telling the story about how you first came into the gallery and approached me to sell your awesome spacecrafts. It was probably 2012. Yeah, it's been a while, about 8 years with me now.
Eight years, yeah.
And you had moved, I think, from Roswell back here, or were you?
Roswell area, New Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
To come out here to take care of your mom at the time, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you rolled up into town. You brought me in a few ships.
Brought you in one day. You bought it right out of my hands.
I did. I said, you know what? I think these are great. I want to get you some money to make me some more. I knew my kids would love one, so I bought one. I said, you know what? If it doesn't sell, I'll keep it. I put 3 out. I think by the end of the week, I'd already sold 2. Mm-hmm. And here we are 8 years later and probably 150, 200 ships later.
Oh, yeah.
They're amazing. You hand build everything. How did you get into building these? Were you, what was your background? I mean, I know you've done all kinds of stuff, but.
I was up on the West Coast in Washington, and up there all they wanted was underwater, because I was a scuba diver for 30 years. So they wanted underwater seascapes and divers, and so that's all I made, and I got into fabrication.
So you didn't make UFO dioramas, you made underwater like scuba diver
little
stuff.
divers and made the sharks out.
How did you even get into that whole aspect of it? I mean, did somebody just one day approach you, or did you make a prototype? And
I just made one day and put it in the dive shop, and somebody wanted to buy it.
And it went
then
from
all
there.
of a sudden, the dive shop was my gallery.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then when you moved to Roswell, is that how it kind of changed into the UFO stuff?
When I went to Roswell for the first time, I took a large piece in, and the owner of the gallery, the director, I can't remember her name now, but she took it and put it right in the display case in the very front. So as soon as you came in, it was in display. And later on, several years later, the place was robbed, and they stole the UFO.
Well, you know, if they're going to steal something, that's probably one of the coolest things to steal.
Yeah. So
flattery there a little bit.
Yeah. So I went there every year for like 6 years, and they always gave me a front row seat with double tables facing the stage, so I could see the movie stars.
How cool!
I've seen Adrian Barbeau and Mara Furlong and Mr. Fines from the Old Invaders, and met them all. Some of them bought sculptures right off the table.
How cool!
Yeah.
So you're collected by the
I got all their signed pictures in my studio in my shop.
Actors and actresses.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about how you build one of these. I mean, there's got to be an immense amount of time that goes into just casting the spacecraft.
The first ones were just copper sheet that I pounded into domes. And they sold pretty well in a little box. You know, no lights at all. And then someone said, "Can you put lights in it?" And I said, "Well, I'll try." So I found some LEDs, and I started finding a way to put them in, and then they didn't fit well in the copper. So then I started reading up on molding and casting. So I found some hydrostone, which is, hydrostone is very dense plaster. And when it dries, it's so hard it rings. It's hard.
Wow.
And that's what this one here is made out of. It's cast, and the batteries and everything are on the inside. No, on this one, they're on the outside. But some of them are on the underneath side.
Right.
They turn on with odd different.
Like this one has its little battery hidden underneath that you take the cover off of. And this one is just a touch. They're amazing because he's got so many.
There's make sure you get switch on.
There we go. There he is.
A simple touch turns it on. Yeah, we have to be down.
There we go.
or a motion near it.
Yeah.
It uses a small adrenal chip, but it's a slow acting switch, so you turn it on. And then
Yeah, they're so cool.
another wave of your hand, you turn it off.
So the LEDs, those things will almost last like infinite hours, huh?
You'll die of old age before the before the
Before
lights
the LEDs
quit.
go off.
Before the
Nice.
lights quit. Yeah, you'll be on to wherever you go.
Yes.
Another planet, possibly. You
That
never
is
know.
very true. Very true.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah. Well, I just love your work. I love the commissions you've done. He's done amazing stuff for people. I mean, we had a client, I think that guy was from what, Baltimore or somewhere. You did like the skyline of the city.
Skyline.
And then
Whoa.
this guy had a buddy who owned a bar there. So he made a replica of the bar, had a UFO above it with a beam going down like he was sucking everything out of the bar. And I think the car was the on-off switch
I had
on it.
a little
or a
car
sign.
made out of polymer clay.
Yeah.
I had a police car behind the sign, "Welcome to the city." I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it
There
was
was
either.
over
But
300 individual windows in the skyline.
oh man, it was
with a
phenomenal.
moon, with a moon background. I didn't
Yeah.
see that one in your display, but God, I hope I have a picture of it somewhere, because that one.
Man, I hope we did take some photos of that one too. That was definitely a one of a kind. We do have information on the guy. Maybe we can always track him down and get a photo
Track
or
it
something.
down, yeah.
But the point is this, folks. If you guys want the true one of a kind, out of this world gift, this is the guy. We actually have Michael's pieces from little itty bitty guys for $100 up to, you know, into the thousands, depending on the complexity of the pieces. Some of his works have moving parts. We actually have aliens that are being beamed up into ships. We've had,
Similar to this one here.
yeah, kind of like this one. And then we had that one that was awesome where there was like little aliens swimming around in the
Yeah, I had
sand.
a mirror. It was a mirror with magnets underneath a mirror filled with silica sand, and inside the circle of sand I made little creatures with antennas that had a magnet base. So as this slow turning turntable turned, it drug these little creatures through the sand,
It was
and
amazing.
then there was a little alien sitting on the rock like, now what do I do?
Yeah, he was trapped out there.
Yeah.
I couldn't
And
get
his
off.
buddies on the edge of there going, and his robot's bringing him a ray gun. You don't know
Yeah.
if he's going to shoot his buddy or shoot the alien.
That's right.
Yeah, but that was one of them. And then I had one that was an alien sitting in a hammock under
Oh,
the ship.
that's right. That rocked.
And you turned one of the cactus, and a magnetic device made the hammock rock.
You have to make another one of those. That was so cool. It's amazing what he comes up with.
Boy, it was a hard one. Boy.
Anyway, one of my favorite guys in here. Definitely one of the most creative and one of the most mind-blowing. Every time we get a new ship in, it's always different. And we know we have a lot of collectors that love Michael's work that's never got a chance to meet you. You don't usually come in for art walks. We haven't had shows.
No,
that,
I haven't had a
you know,
Friday in here in a while.
So
Looking forward to it.
we'll need to get you in here and have maybe a Michael Harley exhibit this year or
That would
something
be
if we can.
interesting, yeah.
But go to the website. We got a brand new website that features all of his work. Of course, it's ianrussellart.com. You can find us here in the gallery. If you see anything in this video you like, just give us a call, 928-445-7009. Thanks a ton, Michael, for coming and
Thank you.
giving me an interview. And we look forward to you guys coming in and seeing his fine ships. They're out of this world.
Peace.